do you spot an American tourist in Britain?
Let's start with accent. Of course, Americans have that distinctive accent that is going to stick out. Not quite like a sore thumb, but definitely a sore something in Britain.
And Americans, you always tell us you haven't got an accent. You have, and we like it.
They'll also almost certainly get the place names wrong.
Moving on from that, loudness.
Americans do talk louder than us Brits, don't they?
Yes, they
Maybe
do.
not these two Brits.
No, these two Brits have no problem at all with volume. I think we're more reserved and they're more outgoing and optimistic and effervescent.
I also wonder if it's something to do with we typically have smaller rooms, so we have less need to project. All that to say, you might hear an American tourist before you see them.
I think on the whole, us Brits don't usually like to sort of talk to strangers overtly who may feel a little bit unsure or shy or not bothered.
The next thing is, Americans expect good customer service and they are not afraid to voice their concerns if they don't get it. If you hear someone complaining, chances are it might be an American.
Oh, sorry, but they do tend to do it more loudly in general.
Going back to the volume thing.
Which is good, really, I guess, because you're paying for it and they are tipping for it in lots of cases. But I think the Brits tend to be a little bit embarrassed about complaining, although I think that is sort of changing a bit now. Clothing. Americans often wear casual, comfortable sports clothing, like t-shirts with logos, a baseball cap. We usually like to dress up when we go out, as do most other Europeans too. So if we're going out for a nice meal, we'll make an effort and dress up. And we're quite surprised sometimes that we see Americans in those sort of clothes, you know, and sneakers.
Be careful, Americans, you might not get into certain clubs or restaurants in sneakers.
No, particularly in London.
Yeah. The next one is, we did mention it briefly, but let's go into more detail. Tipping. Oh yes, especially if you see someone tipping like a bartender or something like that. That would almost certainly be an American.
It would, because we don't normally tip a bartender. Sometimes we'll say, oh, get yourself one, but we won't sort of do a tip like we would in a restaurant. And also the size of the tips.
Yeah, very generous out here.
Yes, they are, and we're rather stingy as Brits.
Yeah. I think that's because very typically waiting staff, servers, bar staff, they don't get paid very much out here.
No, not in America, no.
So they kind of rely on those tips. I mean, you don't probably get paid a great wage in the UK, but I think it does have to be minimum wage.
Yeah.
The next way to spot an American abroad is, are they shocked at the portion sizes?
Maybe, yes.
If so, then they might be American. I mean, you can go to some, like a Wetherspoons or something, get a very decent portion in the UK, but typically I'm gonna say that they are a lot smaller. And we don't typically have a doggy bag or a little takeaway box after our meals. If you don't eat it, you're kind of done. Tough.
Yeah.
But does that mean that they're not such good value for money? Possibly. Oh, the other way you might be able to spot an American abroad is if they ask for a free refill of their sodas.
Oh, unlucky there.
Yeah, you might have to pay again.
Another thing about Americans abroad, of course, is the cliche asking for a drink and there's one ice cube in there if you're lucky. And also this size of the measures for alcoholic drinks are very controlled in the UK. So you might hear Americans at the bar complaining slightly.
Yes.
Or looking slightly aghast.
They might try and tip more to get more alcohol, but that probably won't work.
No.
They're quite strict.
Yeah.
The next way to spot an American abroad is if they say, "Where's the restroom?"
Oh, Leyla needs I think that must be Grandpa coming back.
Another way to spot an American abroad is, "Where's the restroom?" Yes, it's probably the loo in the UK, or maybe
Where are the toilets?
Where are the toilets? Yeah.
Yes. They usually say, oh, where's the bathroom if they don't say
Yeah,
restroom.
regardless of whether there's a bath in there or not. How do you think you can spot an American abroad? Let us know in the comment section below.
Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel.